right, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Shamak. I want to first start off by giving all the glory, infinite praises unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and will well and oversee his tabernacle of David. Shalom to the sincere Akim, pushing and teaching his truth across four corners of the earth and giving all the diligence to do so. All right, I just want to go into the topic of wisdom over zeal, okay? Because in the times we're coming in, we are in exciting times, and it's definitely is exciting time. So it have you in that zealous spirit, because ultimately, hey, we getting closer and closer to being what? Delivered. That's the ultimate result of the Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans who are the Israelites. Of course, more gonna be destroyed than delivered, or more gonna be destroyed than being saved. But hey, hope is hope, and that's faith. Faith is the things of the unseen, man. Okay, so of course we're gonna get excited, but also in these exciting times, our wisdom is gonna be put to test. Because a lot of people have a lot of people know they're Israelites. A lot of people understand the scriptures. But not everybody has a treasure of wisdom. So in these times too, it's like as these times grow, especially with the brothers' channels being deleted, strikes being put, it might push us off the streets or whatever the case may be within the agenda. We still gotta hold our ground, but in wisdom. We out here, we're not trying to get carnal with Esau. We're not out here trying to march, and yell to the top of our lungs on a megaphone or something. That's not what this is. It's not a Black Lives Matter movement, man. All right? But I'll just get to the wisdom precept. This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7. I'll start at verse 14. It says, "For she is a treasure unto men that never faileth." See, she is a personification of wisdom. Okay, Sophia Sophia in the Greek, and Chakimah in the Hebrew. All right, it says, for she is a treasure unto men that never faileth, which they that use become the friends of the Most High, being commended for the gifts that come from learning. Okay, so because as an Israelite, of course, for those in the know, it says the learning. And a follower. How do you learn? Being a follower, man, a disciple. That's all. That's what a disciple means, being a follower. Okay, you have to learn. You never had this thing figured out. Even if you think you do, man, it's it says being commended for the gifts that come from learning. Cause it ultimately, man, this wisdom knowledge to understand these scriptures, it's a gift, and if you don't apply that gift, if you don't apply that knowledge, that's not wisdom, that's not wisdom. All right, I'm gonna go down. Let's see. I'm gonna go to 21. It says, "And all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know. For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me." See, that's why we have the apostles and elders. That's why we have the overseers of each camp. Starting with the apostles and elders on down to Great Millstone. The true leaders of Israel. Because that's when they send you forth that warning. And that's another thing with being taught. You gotta listen to the Spirit when the Spirit speaks. It's not all about which brother said this, that. Hey, your faith. If you feel like Yahweh Shai is dealing with these men, you better listen to the Spirit, with that once, if there's once or twice, and you got to work out your own salvation, man, with that. All right. It says, for wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. Okay. So for in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good. All right. It says kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care. See, that's what we get when you truly have the wisdom of this in this truth, man. You really when you receive the Holy Spirit at first, or continue enduring in it, you're free from all your worries, man. We only worry about this one truth. We're not worried about the fame and money, the monetary gain in this world. Because we have the wisdom of these scriptures. We have the true gifts, It says, continuing on in verse 23, it says, overseeing all things and going through all understanding, pure and most subtle spirits. All right? Because that's the Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 goes into that wisdom heavily, man. It goes to it heavily. All right? Because you got to understand, too, it's the worker of all things that you got to be taught in this thing, man. It says learning. And how do you learn through those experiences? And you go to the word experience, go to those trials and tribulations. So one man may already went through it. That's why we have examples before us. All right. That's why it's important to listen to the Spirit when it speaks, man. Because you about to be in more exciting times, but things are gonna get elevated, and we gonna get put to test even more, and they're gonna take experience even more. We gonna go through even more heavier experiences, to say. I want to get an account too with John chapter 3. I'm going to verse 12, which goes to the context of Yahushua with his disciples, really get against the Pharisees, as false prophets, which they had, and I'm bringing this account out too because they had the wisdom not to understand the scriptures. No, they had the knowledge of the scriptures, but they didn't have the wisdom of Yahushua. That's what separated apart. That's what kept it holy, man. All right, it says, this is a born again context, but I started verse 12. I'm gonna read verse 12. This is John chapter 3, verse 12. It says, if I told you earthly things and ye believe not, how shall ye believe if I tell you of the heavenly things? See, people can't even, if you really can't understand, if you can't really get the doctrine down, how much more so the wisdom? You know what I'm saying? If those, because a lot of Israelites out there, we learn from them those bad examples, of what things they do, and not consider wise. Okay, but we learn from that and we take it in, man. Okay. Because those, like how I said, man, how can if you can't even believe the earthly things, how much more so the heavenly? It's levels to this, man. All right. And let me get also with those zealots. This is Luke chapter 21. Because what did those zealots, and it also known as Sakari, those zealots when during the Roman persecution, they was trying to, they had to understand it too. They knew they was Israelites. They was like, oh, we're gonna fight for the Lord. We're gonna stay and fight. But what did the Spirit say, man? The Spirit said, flee to the mountains. That's why it's important to listen to the Spirit when it speaks. Just to of course I'm using this context, in today's world. All right, this is Luke chapter 21, verse 20. It says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, 70 AD with the Roman persecution, where the Romans came in and destroyed Jerusalem, man, we had to flee into Egypt. Okay, but that was a spirit. That's what we were supposed to do. That's what we was commanded to do. But some of those zealots, overzealous, because they did not use wisdom over zeal. They let their zealous passion overtake the wisdom. But you got to be able to channel that in this truth. And that comes through many learning situations and experiences. Sometimes that's the best way to learn, through experiences. It says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. It is near. So, hey, that's that warning spoke, but some didn't listen. It says, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries there enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe to them that are with child, and to give them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land and wrath upon the people. See, we about to be in those same times now, man. One mistake or once or twice not listen to the Spirit, can put you in a messed up situation. Can ultimately cost your life. Don't underestimate your position in this thing. You are tracked, you are followed by E-Man, by Esau. We're enemies to a man's existence. We're speaking, we're standing stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We are a threat we are man's enemy, man. We are the world's enemy. Don't underestimate your position in this thing. You never want to do that, okay? Because don't think Esau's always watching. He's diligent, man, on the left hand side. And it says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Okay? Hey, because he knows time is short, but that's more and more goes to of us having to be wise, and not letting our zeal, basically cost our life or put us in an unnecessary situation where we didn't have to be, basically like causing our own suffering, and we see that in today. For one example, in the past, we just recently we seen some Israelite group snatching yarmulkes and stuff. We understand these things are not wise, You know, I seen people with some Israelites wearing fringes in the court system. This thing is not wise. But you know, it's you learn from all different situations, man. Okay, but I just wanted to, you know, put that out, you know, because speaking to myself first and foremost, of course, that you know it's important to use, you know, wisdom over zeal. You know, okay. That's our, you know, basically wanted to touch on with those few accounts, okay. But you know, Lord willing, it was edifying, and exhorting for the body of the elect. You know, and I'm gonna end out by giving all the glory, infinite praises unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who teach it with wet off the tabernacle of David. Peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect and their families. And with that, I will say shalom.